Man's impact on our planet environment is alarming. Habitats are changing and the climate has followed suit. The planet is threatened by drought, changes in rainfall, altered seasons, violent storms and flash floods. As the habitats change, many flora and fauna could be pushed over the edge towards the brink of extinction. Just north of the equator lie the Aberdare Ranges catchments. The ranges are critical catchments for rivers and lakes within the region. Climate change damages ecoregions and biodiversity. We are already seeing signs of climate change in the natural world, as some species are shifting and others disappearing. The changes in nature have started to threaten people and their livelihoods as well. Irregular and inadequate amounts of rainfall have become a common phenomenon. Captain Juma is a resident of the area. Born in 1925, he has grown up in these biodiverse slopes of the Aberdares. The local community here primarily obtain their livelihood from growing agriculture and horticulture products, crops as well as livestock herding. Stable climatic conditions play a critical part to the success of these practices. Captain Juma has for over 3 decades kept vivid detailed records of daily weather patterns in his area. He has observed the drastic downturn in weather patterns around his environs.
Siku hiyo kulikuwa vizuri sana, yani mvua ilikuwa safi, ilikuwa na haja mwezi ya 4 mpaka mwezi ya 8 sisi napanda chakula, yani mvua itakuwa tele. Lakini nyumaye 1988 alafu kukakuja kuharibika kabisa. Hata mwezi ya 4 nakuwa hakuna mvua, hata mwezi ya 5 hakuna mvua. Itaweza endelea namna hiyo, tuone mvua kidogo mwezi ya 6 na ya 7. Siku hiyo kulikuwa naanguka baa, ilikuwa naanguka barafu sana, lakini sasa baa inakuisha, barafu hawaanguki, lakini mvua naye haipatikani.
Lake Naivasha is a fresh water body that has no surface outlet. It is drained by 2 main rivers, Malewa and Gilgil, that emanate from the Aberdare rainforest. Lake Naivasha is classified as a World Ramsar Site, a wetland of international importance. It supports biological diversity as well as life cycles of unique or endangered plant and animal species. The basin offers a mild climate and natural beauty that has attracted diverse socio-economic development initiatives. One of the most important activities that the lake supports is commercial floriculture, ranked as one of the highest foreign exchange earners for the exchequer. At the turn of the new millennium, stakeholders began to notice drastic changes around the lake basin.
I suppose the first changes were in the vegetation. Unfortunate, accidental introductions of alien species. The lake level naturally rises and falls. We also know from the scientific studies that this lake is probably 3 meters lower at this moment than it should be.
Another thing which I can talk about over that area is deforestation over the region for farming. So you find siltation has actually resulted as a result of clearing of forest, especially the siltation of Lake Naivasha area.
From a research conducted by WWF, identified causes included upstream water obstruction, interbasin water transfer, unsustainable land use resulting in feed river water decline, increased pollution, and weak policy enforcement.
What WWF is trying to do in partnership with other institutions is to look at sustainable land use alternatives that these farmers could be doing, and trying to link the farmers into markets so that they are able to market and sell the products that they have. producing. WWF developed a project on the Great Water Resource Management Program to try to address issues on land use, resource management and livelihood in the area.
The basin's local communities promote sustainable conservation initiatives of the rivers to ensure that water flows from the source to the lake are protected and conserved, as well as focus on livelihoods.
Wakati tulianza kuzuia hii watu wa kulima wasilime kwa mmonyoko wa mashamba yao kwa mto na kuashiria vile mnaona miti iko, sasa tunaona maji yanaanza kurudi juu tena kidogo. Ndio naona sasa maji ni mingi kabisa.
WWF, in conjunction with Care Kenya, have implemented an innovative rewarding scheme for appreciating and recognizing the efforts of farmers for sustainable land use. The scheme is known as Payment for Environmental Services.
It's a scheme that tries to look at land managers, landowners who are practicing appropriate land use or who are willing to transform the way they use their land so as to have clean water flowing in the rivers, and trying to look at those who are benefiting from this clean water to put incentives in place to encourage these farmers to continue doing appropriate land use so that they can continue having water downstream.
Miti ina faida. Nikiona miti nitumaga mai mage kuhwa rui. Na miti ino nitumaga ithuĩ tũteithĩke na ngũ na mbaũ.
WWF is also working closely with the flower farms, private sector and community-based organizations to reduce the amount of wastewater finding its way back into the lake.
Ocean was established in 1969. We produce 1 million tons per day, and we operate under a motto of green by name, green by nature. We have green energy, again from geothermal wells, that we do use to climate control greenhouses to keep away humidity-related diseases. We also have a wetlands. This is whereby water abstracted from the lake is used within the farm and then cleaned and returned to the lake in a cleaner state than we got it. Here.
Another major challenge being experienced in the lake basin is the mushrooming of unplanned urban areas and human population increase. The booming socio-economic activities support the livelihoods of the high population in Naivasha town.
Ile shida tuko naye, ile maji tunatumia hapa ya kushota huko baharini, hata watu wengi wetu hatujui kama hii maji ya baharini iko na madhara yoyote, na hata tukijua hatuna namna ya kujisaidia. Ile mvua itanyesha pia itarudi huko baharini, na pia hiyo maji ndio tunaenda kushota na ndio tunakunywa.
As part of alleviating these challenges, WWF, through its membership in water and sanitation for the urban poor, is collaborating with Naivasha Water, Sewerage and Sanitation Company to extend services to the urban poor within the municipality.
WASAP is a consortium of civil society, private sector and academia. We have members who have come together with the sole purpose of improving water and sanitation services to the urban poor.
Action on climate change aims to develop awareness on the consequences and initiate preventive action. Scientists predict that the planet may be able to adapt and survive the extremes. But will the human species have similar capability? There is an urgent need to redesign conservation efforts to include responses to climate change.
Yaani miti ya kienyeji kama iko itaweza kuleta hewa vizuri, mvua ipatikane tena. Lakini kama sisi naendelea na hii miti ile ililetwa nje hii, basi sasa itakuwa kukauka kabisa.
We can limit the damage from climate change if we act now.